Good evening, my tribe. I'm gonna get my socks off because I want to feel relaxed. Not that you need to know that, but hey. How are you doing? I haven't been doing a live stream, or haven't done a live stream in a long while because the last few weeks were absolutely crazy. My men have prepared so many different surprises that I just couldn't focus on anything else. Plus, I had my family over for the last 10 days, and it was hard to actually separate fun and family time from my business time, and hence why I haven't been present very much here. But I decided to do it today rather than tomorrow because tomorrow is my birthday. I'm turning 40, and I know I'll probably spend the evening with my family or my man because my little one will be sleeping. So I have been thinking today how far I've come and what was my... Now let me say it differently. How far I have come and why I got here. What was the main reason I am... I'm sorry, something has fallen. I am in a happy relationship now, and I am a mom. Because if you spoke to me about, let's say, 7 years ago, having a family and having an amazing man seemed to be a very elusive dream. At that stage, I didn't believe anything like that would happen to me, because it hadn't happened for so many years prior to meeting my man. So today, hello Silke. So today I just want to share my reflections on my journey and on my major decisions which got me to the place I am now at, and what you have to do to get where you want to get in your love life. So as I mentioned, 7 years ago, and for the majority of my life prior to that, I didn't believe I would meet the right man. I didn't believe he existed. For many, many years, I blamed men, I hated men, I thought they wanted to hurt me. That was my perception of men, so no wonder I kept attracting the same type of men. And you know my story, but I think I have to repeat it in case there's someone who has never seen me. I dated like a mad woman with all this energy within me, hatred for men and feeling miserable as a single woman, feeling unhappy with my life. So my energy was very, very low, and I kept dating for a decade, and I had been on 110 online dates until one day I felt like enough was enough. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't keep harming myself. Although through the entire process, through the entire dating experience, which took me like about 10 years, I never felt that way. I never saw that I was doing too much and I wasn't getting the results I wanted to get. I was a desperate woman. I was a desperate woman on a mission to find the man I was looking for, but I wasn't finding the right man. All my previous relationships were with very kind of average men, low quality men, because I didn't recognize a high quality woman within me. So I couldn't aim higher than my perception of myself. And when I hit the wall, when enough was enough, when I decided no more dating, I went on a dating detox. And that was when my transformation started. And during that dating detox, I had many insights and many realizations. And I realized I needed to step up. I needed to become a high quality woman, and this is precisely what I do for my clients now. So I don't necessarily help you find men and help you with dating, although it can happen during the coaching with me. But what I am most passionate about is helping you become the high quality woman, or actually unleash the high quality woman within, and step up in your love life. Step up in your love life and start attracting better men, men who you deserve, and men who will make you happy. Not losers, commitment phobes, and narcissists, or guys who just want to play games and have fun, and they're not thinking about anything serious and, responsible. So I realized I needed to step up. And what did it look like? First of all, I needed to have stronger boundaries. So I became extremely strong in many ways. First, I became selective with my dates. I mean, it didn't happen straight away. It happened after I spent an amazing time with myself for about 2 years before I actually felt a desire to date again. But when I felt that desire, I knew I needed to approach it differently to get different results. Plus, I was a different person. I was a new woman. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done it the same way. So my new way was I was very, very selective. So I didn't have as many dates as previously, before the dating detox. But when I became so selective, I started to make better romantic choices. And even though I didn't click with all those men romantically, I had very, very nice dates with men who treated me well, with men who usually wanted to meet me again, with men who were genuine, honest, intelligent, solvent, what you want from your men mostly. High quality men, really, because when you step up and when you project your high quality qualities out there, you attract high quality men back. I'm really sorry, my voice is breaking up. I've been having some kind of issues with my throat and voice recently, so if I lose my voice, I'm sorry. So there were more dating disappointments, there was less rejection, there was more fun, and the whole process of scheduling dates and meeting men was much easier. Plus, it wasn't in the forefront of my desires. My deepest desire was to remain where I was, because I found my bliss as a single person. I was quite happy, and I wasn't dating with the thoughts like I need to find a man immediately, I can't be single, I don't like it. The energy was completely different. It was just an addition to my life, and if I met a man, it would have been a bonus, and I met my man, and it's a bonus. So this is how I started to see my romantic relationship with my man after my dating detox. Because before my dating detox, it was the ultimate goal of my life to be in a happy romantic relationship, and I couldn't have thought of anything more important. Like, all the other things were less important. Well, now I'm thinking, my relationship is important to me, my business is important to me, my child is important to me. Plus, I've learned that if you put your man first and if you focus your all attention on the relationship, you won't be happy, and your man won't be happy in the relationship. So there has to be a balance. You have to look after yourself as well. So I always say the most important relationship is not the one with your man, it's the one with yourself. So this also became important to me. And because of all the changes I made, I stopped being desperate. And obviously, it's not a high quality thing to be desperate and needy and chase men and act out of fear. So I needed to learn how to manage myself. I have to move a little bit because the sun is shining at me. So I needed to changed the way I acted while I was dating, and I needed to create space for men, because I used to be the one who led. You know, I would be chasing men, I would be coming up and asking them if we were going to meet up, or chasing them to give me an answer, because we had some kind of prearranged plans, but he never came back to confirm. So I stopped doing all those things. I stopped chasing men, I stopped checking in with them, I stopped leading, I stopped kind of pushing them for answers. For example, if a man disappeared on me, I would do anything to get some kind of confirmation with him, because I was looking for approval. But after the dating detox, I didn't need anybody's approval. I still feel like I don't need. Even in my relationship, very often, I mean, we don't argue very often, but if we have, you know, a little argument, I think in the past I would have fallen into pieces, and I would have done everything to talk again, and to know that my partner loved me, liked me, and approved of me. Where now, when I know it wasn't my fault, and I know it would be more beneficial to us to actually speak when we calm down, I don't even give it any thought. It's like, okay, we argued, he needs space, I need space, so let's talk tomorrow. And this is what we usually do, and it works, and there's no drama, I definitely don't act like a person who is needing approval. And I can hear the voice, and I can feel certain feelings, but I don't act upon them. And in the past, I wasn't even aware of that. I just did whatever I could have to get the approval, and to get the response, or to get a text, just to know that the guy stayed in touch with me, and then I felt relieved. So I needed lots of validation. And that's not how a high quality woman operates, because she validates herself. She gives herself love, approval, support, encouragement, everything what she needs from a man, she can give herself. And this is where the journey starts. As a high quality woman, you take responsibility for everything you need. You don't expect a man to provide. You don't expect a man to come and love you, comfort you, support you, if you don't have a man especially. You give all these things to yourself. And then you become self-sufficient, independent, confident, happy within yourself. And these are amazing qualities to take with you to dating, because you will be attracting different men. You'll be also scaring away certain type of man, but this is how it is supposed to work. Because you don't want men with low self-esteem, sorry. You don't want men with low self-esteem to be attracted to you. You don't want men who are emotionally wounded, or men who have some kind of emotional issues. And men like that won't be attracted to you when you have healed yourself. And the whole dating detox is about healing yourself and reconnecting with yourself, stepping up as a woman, getting stronger as a woman, so you attract different guys. So I did lots of work, and if you are resonating with my story, and if you feel like there's some work to do, I encourage you to do it, and give up dating for a few months or even weeks. Don't preoccupy yourself with finding a man, finding a relationship ASAP. Because if you haven't been successful in a long while, it's not gonna change probably, because you have to change your patterns. You have to change the internal world to see a different result in the outer world. And it's not about becoming a high quality woman, even though I often say it, but what I really mean, it's about exposing all the high quality woman qualities within you, because they are already there, but they're covered with conditioning, bad advice from your friends, bad examples from life, low self-esteem, lack of self-love. There are many reasons why we are acting like low quality women, even though we are goddesses, we are high quality women. So there has to be work done on yourself rather than more dating, rather than meeting more men. And look at your results, because they are the feedback you need to have. If you keep dating nice men, and if you keep having fun, and if the whole process is easy, effortless and fun for you, you are on the right path. Don't change anything. Just be patient and be determined, and keep strengthening your boundaries, and you will get there. It's just a matter of time. But if you keep bumping onto the low quality guys, and if you are if you are frustrated, if you feel drained by the whole dating process, if you keep repeating the same patterns, and if you keep bumping onto the same kind of man, it's feedback for you that something is not working. And I don't know how to put it in. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I believe every single one of us is responsible for our dating results and our results in love, because we attract these men, we choose them, we allow them, and we put up with them if they are wrong guys. So blaming men doesn't work. It doesn't work for many reasons, but the main one is not helping you step up, is not helping you take responsibility for the results in your love life. So if you go through life and you keep blaming men, and if you keep believing, oh, they do it to me, or they keep hurting me, you'll be stuck in this vicious cycle of meeting all the men who will be hurting you and just confirming for you your beliefs. But you have to take a step back and look at your love life and ask yourself, how am I contributing to it? Are my choices in men right? Am I compromising too much? Am I justifying and accommodating men too much? Where do my decisions come from? From a fear of being lonely, from a fear of not being able to find the right partner. Maybe you feel you are too old to aim higher in love. Whatever your story is, look at it and look back and see how you have contributed to your previous relationships and to your previous love adventures, where you probably got hurt, where you probably got drained and rejected and disappointed. It's never just the man. It's never just the man. And I would say it's probably you, because you attract them, you choose them, and you put up with them. So I also became very, very strict with choosing men. And that served me very, very well, because the moment I saw that something wasn't working, or the man was not able to give me what I really wanted, or wasn't treating me the way I wanted to be treated, I also higher expectations, I was like out of the game immediately. I wasn't wasting my time, because I wasted so much time in the past. And it felt like I didn't have much more time to waste on men, on the wrong relationships. I preferred to be single. I preferred to be single rather than waste another minute of my precious time and life for the wrong guy. I had done too many wrong guys and too many wrong relationships, and I learned and I actually saw how I contributed to my romantic choices, how I contributed to all those relationships, because at the end of the day, I said yes to them. And for the duration of the relationship, I kept saying yes to this man every single day. I kept choosing him. I kept saying, yes, I'm going to carry on with you. I mean, even not verbally, but, my attitude was saying that. So take responsibility for your choices, for your decisions, for your compromises. Because I don't believe you need to majorly compromise in love. And I would even say don't compromise in love. I mean, have realistic expectations. Because if they are too high, you probably won't find the guy either. But if you compromise in very important areas of your life, I'll give you examples in a second, you will be hurting yourself in the relationship and you won't be happy. And the point of the relationship and the true love is to be happy, right? So I don't think true love really requires huge compromises. Yes, realistic approach, realistic expectations, of course, but not huge compromises. So for example, I hear women, or even my friends, tell me what they want. For example, I want a change maker, I want an artist because I am artistic and I think we would understand each other the best way if we had the same kind of passion in common. But then a guy comes who is a mechanic and who doesn't have the artistic outlook on life, and there is lots of clashing between them. But the woman compromises because she doesn't believe she can find her artist. She can find a guy who she can have so much passion and interest in common with, and she compromises. And she's with a mechanic, and very often it happens later, they try to change these men. They tried to mold them into someone they really wanted in the first place, but they chose this one out of fear or out of feeling lonely or whatever the reason was, or out of lack of belief that they actually can meet the right guy. And they compromise, they are unhappy, and they try to change them. And it's a path of disaster. I don't know. I've been there as well. I had a few relationships in the past where I was with the wrong guys and I was trying to change them and I was working on them. And I'm happy to say that in this relationship I don't have to do that. I'm not even inclined because it's such a waste of energy. Plus, if I wanted to change my current man, I'm pretty sure he would tell me to fuck off. And this is how it should be. And it breaks my heart. And I see it amongst my friends and I see it amongst my clients when they get into the romantic relationship and it becomes a project. It becomes like constant work on the man because they are not with the right man. So they want to change this, they want to change that, and some men are very compliant and some men are okay, but I personally don't respect men like that. I love men with strong boundaries. I love men who are defined, who know who they are, who are self-assured, and who would tell me, listen, you take me as I am or you get lost. And this is how it should be. And also we should operate exactly the same way. When you are with someone who wants to change you, who wants to be someone else, you can only show them the finger. That's my attitude. But when your self-esteem is low, you kind of take it on board and you start to accommodate them and you start to change yourself. I used to do that. Now I know that I never used to be myself in relationships with my previous guys. I never felt comfortable enough to actually show my real face, to share my deepest desires and opinions and my thoughts, because I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of being dumped. I was afraid of being left alone again and being single. So there were many reasons why I was doing that, but because I did work on my self-esteem and self-love, I would never put up with this in any of my relationships, this one and in the future, whatever. And for me it feels healthy. This is how it should be. We shouldn't be changing our partners shouldn't be changing us. We should try to understand each other, learn and grow together, but not change. And I'm done with changing men. It's hard work. It doesn't work because we can't change anybody else but ourselves, but our approach and attitude towards our partners. So how are you finding it, what I'm sharing? Tell me in the comments. I can see Laurie said, I decided to heal myself. I won't attract what I want until I heal myself. That's true. That's true. And stay on the path until you feel ready. And the day will come when you feel ready, when you feel stronger within yourself, when you feel happy within yourself, and when a natural desire to share your life with someone come. So tell me, share your comments with me, and I'll share my answers with you. But if you've been listening to me and you have a desire, or you know you need to step up in your love life, and you know you need to unleash your high quality woman within to start attracting different guys, and you want to change your old patterns and stop attracting the same kind of losers and become stronger, more confident and happy within yourself, come and talk to me, because I'm opening a few slots for my new program. I haven't prepared the sales page yet. I haven't done anything because I've been busy having fun. But in the next few weeks, I'm gonna work on my program, which is called Unleash High Quality Woman Within. And I'll take a few ladies on board who are serious about stepping up, who are serious about investing in themselves, in their love life, who have come to a place where they've realized it's me, not them. It's me who needs to change to be able to attract different kind of men. So if you are resonating with what I'm talking about, please reach out to me via personal message and we can take it further. And Silke has got a question. My question is regarding attracting low vibe guys. Did you still attract them and just reject them quicker? Yes, I was very quick. But just to give you an example from life. So for example, if I got 10 messages from guys on my online profile, on my dating website, it would be mostly no, thank you, delete. And maybe one of them would grab my interest. I became very, very selective because I didn't want to surround myself with low quality guys. I didn't feel drawn to low quality guys, and I didn't want to attract low quality guys. But then I personally don't believe you will absolutely avoid low quality guys, because some of them feel attracted to the qualities you have. But your job is to keep your eyes open and listen and look at what they're doing and how they're acting around you. And when you spot the guy is not on your wavelength, you just delete them, cut the communication, you stop wasting time. Or did that also change? Did you still attract? I definitely attracted less low vibe guys, definitely, but there was still from time to time come into my sphere, and but I was very good at spotting them. I dated too many guys to actually ignore it, and I believed from the beginning that the guy needed to put some effort. So and I refer to the dating online because this is mainly what I did. So I needed to see a nicely written profile, all the cells filled in so I could learn about him as much as I could. I didn't want a one-liner, or if it was a one-liner, I wanted something intelligent and funny, or something which would indicate that he read my profile, referring to something in my profile. And then I would expect the conversation to flow and swap a few emails. And if he didn't suggest speaking on the phone, I would. I had a way to suggest moving from writing to on the phone in a way so the guy made the final decision. It wasn't me like, hey, call me, whatever. And it worked, because very often when you suggested a phone call, another bunch of guys would disappear, so you didn't waste time on those. And the ones who were serious about dating and serious about meeting you would definitely grab the phone to give you a call. And a call is another step in eliminating the low quality guys, because when you speak to them you also learn about them, and very often you might have swapped a few nice emails and then you speak to them on the phone and it feels like we don't gel, something is not right. And very often they disappear after the phone call, or you disappear after the phone call. And the ones who really enjoy talking to you will want to meet you and usually invite you out. And I left that to the men as well. I never invited men out. And I'm very old school in this way. I know women have become emancipated, and some men even like when a woman takes the lead. I do believe that you can take an initiative to show men interest and smile to them and be kind of flirty and, you know, maintain eye contact, this kind of things, just to give them a first signal, I like you and I'm approachable and I'm open. But that's the end of the work you're supposed to do. So it works like that online as well. Send the link, send the first message, and create more opportunities. But don't chase the guys, don't remind about yourself, don't ask them out. Agreed, thank you. So I believe I answered your question, Silke. If you have a hard time writing a profile about yourself, does that mean you are not ready to date? Not necessarily. I think writing a good online profile is an art, and I had like 50 different versions. Over the years I kept changing my profiles and they kept changing and evolving with me. And I bought a few courses on how to write an online profile. So if you want to write a good online profile, educate yourself on that. And there's lots of free resources online, Laurie. So we are all skilled in different ways, and I think an online dating is still relatively new to know everything about it. So, but my advice about online dating is be real. Write about your real self, little quirks, your habits, things you like, you dislike. Don't be generic, because there are hundreds, millions of them. And if a guy scrolls through his phone and keeps checking different profiles and they all sound the same, he won't feel like inclined to reply to any of these women. You have to stand out, you have to say something different, and different is unique to you. So write about yourself. And it doesn't have to be, you know, a book, just a few paragraphs. What you're looking for, what you like about life, what are your values, and what you're looking for in a partner. These things are good because they will be also chasing away the ones who don't resonate with you and your approach to life. And there'll be one or two who will think, oh, she's my girl, I have to write to her. Okay, my darlings, let me know if you have any questions. And if not, I'm gonna stop and probably go to bed and read some book. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you are all well. I shall be more regular with these live streams and do them weekly. Yes, be authentic. Be yourself. And it's funny because I remember at some point in life I read lots of profiles, and there were some good ones, and the good ones were always about the real part of these people, the real part of these guys who are sharing like sometimes even humiliating things, or funny things about themselves, or funny habits and quirks, and this made me always reach out to them. And it works both ways, because you will say something funny which will grab the guy's attention, and then he will reply, and then you will swap a few emails and move from the writing to the talking fairly quickly, because there's no point in writing emails for months before you meet. The real meeting happens face to face. You can't know the person via writing and talking on the phone and falling in love online. I know it happens, sadly, but you can get infatuated, especially if you have been single for quite a long time. But you don't want to do that. You want to meet the person in real life, face to face. Okay, my darlings. I think I'm gonna be finishing. Hey, Joe. Thanks for joining. I'm about to finish, but you can listen to the replay later on. Keep well, my friends, and I'll speak to you next week probably. And in the next few days or probably weeks, I'll let you know more about my program. But as I mentioned earlier, if you feel like this is the time to start working on yourself to get different results, reach out to me and we can take it from there. Ciao, have a good night.